Joe Biden has been churning out executive order after executive order, and none of them have been to help black people. A group that the entire world knows is being marginalized, abused, and systematically destroyed. And this is the perfect example of why you need to use your money as your weapon. Use your money as your megaphone. The reason why immigrants, white homosexuals, and Asians are being given all kinds of unearned benefits by the new president is because they have either already paid or will be paying for them. These orders by Biden should be all the proof that you need that money is the only thing that will alter your situation in this country. White homosexuals have been giving money to politicians for years. They are some of the richest people in the world. That's why you see so much LGBT propaganda. They pay for that access. All the TV shows and movies and news coverage and company support for the LGBT lifestyle is something that white homosexuals have been paying for decades. Also, they finance a lot of the propaganda that's being pushed out that helps create benefits for them, that helps funnel money to them. Asians have also been funneling money to your politicians for decades. And with the rapid economic growth in Asia, they will have a lot more money to give to our politicians in the future. They are paying money for these benefits. That's how they're able to go into places like Africa and become tribal leaders. They pay money to the leaders there and they're given special benefits. They're paying money now to our politicians and the propaganda machine that we call the news in order to boost support for them and provide new benefits for the citizens here and for themselves abroad. The immigrants, mostly from South America, their group's a little different. They haven't paid cash directly to the people in power, but they offer a promise that big business owners, the people who control our government, will reap huge savings in the future. If our government raises the minimum wage, then big business owners will lose money. That's why we haven't had a real livable wage in this country for decades. Big business owners who control our government via bribes pay our politicians to keep the minimum wage low. But now they figured out a way to appease the stupid masses in this country. They can now raise the minimum wage to a level that makes it possible for hardworking people to live in this country. But after they do that, they just won't hire those people anymore. If they can flood the country with immigrants, then they can use those undocumented immigrants, the ones who don't have the same rights as the citizens who now have access to a $15 minimum wage, to work in their companies. And they'll pay those immigrants low wages, the wages that the American citizens have been complaining about all this time. So immigrants are getting benefits because them being here will put more money into the pockets of the big business owners who run our government. So essentially, immigrants will be paying for the benefits that they're not being given. So all three groups that I mentioned are paying money for the benefits that Biden is pumping out. Blacks aren't paying anything, and so we're not getting anything. You pay for access in this country, dummies. The government aren't your parents or relatives or friends. They're a group of men and women who want to enrich themselves. If you can't help them get richer, then you don't matter to them. And unfortunately, blacks as a group don't have anything else to offer. We still have the entertainers and sports stars who can make money, but that's only because white people can make money off of them, so they give them a leg up. That's why they're useful. But that's only a very small percentage of black people. The majority of us don't have anything to offer the people in power. Even our labor is worthless now, because as I mentioned, they'll be letting in illegal immigrants and paying them slave wages. So what else do you do as a black person? What else do you have to offer in order to get our government to do the things you want? You have your money. The money you have access to now is all that you have to offer. We don't have a lot of it, and so we can't afford to just give away some of it to politicians in the form of bribes, the way white homosexuals and Asians do. The only thing we can do is withhold the little bit of money that we do have, the money that we do pump into the system. If the only thing you have of value is the little bit of money that you have, then use that as your bargaining chip. Withhold it. Stop shopping. Stop using the little bit of money that you have to make white-run companies richer. Stop pumping your money into their economy. When I say stop shopping, I don't mean you can't purchase things, but I do mean be selective where you spend your money. Stop shopping at big box stores. Stop giving your money to the men and women who take your money and then use it to bribe our politicians so that our politicians don't do anything for you. Shop locally at mom and pop establishments. Don't visit any big box stores or big chains. Instead of eating out at the Cheesecake Factory or Olive Garden, visit an independently run small mom and pop restaurant. Instead of buying your groceries at Kroger or Walmart, go to a farmer's market or visit a local market. Instead of buying your makeup at Ulta or Sephora, go to, in fact, don't wear makeup at all. You got to change the way you spend your money. Your money is your bargaining chip. It's the only thing that you have that can get the attention of the people that matter. We have evidence that things like this worked in the past. The Civil Rights Act of the 60s was passed primarily because black people were rioting and boycotting. Boycotting is what got people's attention. By withholding their money, blacks were disrupting white-run businesses and white jobs. That means they were disrupting white people's money flow. It was only then that business owners went to the politicians and told them to give the black people something. Give them something so that they will stop this boycott and start giving us their money again. That's what we have to do now. Boycott big business. Withhold your money from them. Disrupt their money flow. Once that's done, I promise you that you'll start to hear your politicians talk more about black rights. Once they start talking about our rights, then that's when we start making demands. All of the demands won't be met, but if we make the right demands, then enough of those will be met to give us a fighting chance at real equality in this country and on this planet. Now, I don't ask people to share my videos. I don't ask that you subscribe or comment or anything like that. But please share the idea, the concept, the message that if you stop shopping, then you can get some real change. Stop shopping.